I'd like to just introduce you, everyone. This is Dr. Zareen Roohi Ahmed. She's one of the most inspirational people I've ever met in my life. You really are, and I've told you that many times. I first met you at an allergy-free front show in the vegan section. So normally I'm like walking around looking for vegan foods. I came across your stand and I was like just in awe of what you are doing, what you were doing. I wanted to learn more, and I think ever since then I just like connected with you and gravitated with you, and thank you for joining me because I want others to learn all about what you do. So can you just tell us a bit about what you do and why you do it?
So I'm probably best known for my social enterprise, Gift Wellness, and our charity, the Gift Wellness Foundation, the website, which is periodpoverty.uk. I've been doing this work for about 8 years now. It'll be 8 years this year in June, and it's a labour of love. We, with Gift Wellness, with a social enterprise, I basically produce natural toiletries, from sanitary products, menstrual products, to shampoo bars, and soap wash bars and intimate wash bars, and basically all vegan, all plastic free, biodegradable, made with natural and organic materials, and the idea is to go beyond mere hygiene to proactively help your health, and also the environment. And it really is a labour of love. So we've been going 8 years. For every pack of pads that I sell, I donate pads to women in crisis. And the social enterprise started well, the first container arrived in 2013, and in January 2013. And from day one, the idea was that for every pack of pads that I sold, I would donate pads to women in crisis. And we've donated over 6 million pads so far to women in refugee camps, homeless women, food banks, shelters, youth hostels, schools, and it goes on. And right now is a really testing time, because we're inundated with requests, because so many people have lost their jobs, and times are hard for a lot of people. So 2 years ago we separated, well, we didn't separate it, but we basically set up a new charity as well, so called the Gift Wellness Foundation. So the social enterprise is Gift Wellness, and then we set up the Gift Wellness Foundation so that we can really focus on the charity side of it in its own right, because the demand was so big, and because many of my customers who were buying the pads and buying the soap bars and everything, the shampoo bars and stuff, they were actually saying, look, can I donate for the charity side of it, or can I volunteer and help in that way? And that's why we thought, you know what, people want to help us with this work, so why not grow it? Why not set up a separate charity and actually do the charity properly as well? We're still giving them from the social enterprise for every pack we sell, and people can buy pads for women in crisis from the website, from Gift Wellness as well. But the charity, periodpoverty.uk, has taken on a life of its own, especially now. It's really busy, I
can imagine, because we want to support other people. You know, throughout our own lives, we've all been through things, and it can easily happen to anyone, to be in a situation where, especially during the pandemic, so many people have lost their jobs and short for cash. But like you mentioned, you help a variety of people, homeless people in the UK, women who unfortunately have to flee their homes in refugee camps, school, young children who parents probably couldn't afford sanitary towels. So you really support people who need it. Why was this, what was your motivation behind setting up Gift Wellness and Period Poverty UK and your foundation, and why did you feel that was so important to?
So it's a labour of love, like I said. And the love is basically the love for my daughter, who passed away a few years ago, and she is the inspiration behind everything that I'm doing, because we were the same, you know, and we had the same dreams and ambitions, and she was her idea was that she would do international relations and third world development at university, and she got her place as well at Nottingham Trent University and started the course. But just 6 weeks after she started her dream course, she was tragically abducted by a stalker and murdered in our hometown of Derby. And so straight after it happened, you know, me and Halima, we had a pact that we would do this work together, and she'd always made me promise that, you know, as soon as she finished her degree in third world development, that, you know, I would leave whatever I was doing and we would do this work together. So that's the inspiration behind this work. And for me, Halima is more alive now than she ever was. You know, straight after she passed away, we started a project to build a school. We set up the Halima Trust, a charity in her name, me, my husband and my son, excuse me, and family and friends. And you know, we started to build this school in Pakistan for orphaned and needy girls. And there are around 850 girls there now, and there's a school and a college. But today, what we're doing now is beyond anything that me and Halima had talked about, you know, and it's her inspiration, it's her pushing me all the time, and I talk to her about these things, you know, and she's in everything that I do.
So, I have absolutely no doubt. You know, I'm really sorry for that you lost your daughter, and your strength is.
You know, I don't see it as a sad story. I see it as the thing that has made her dreams come alive, you know, and my dreams as well, and it's made me into a much fuller, given me a much fuller, richer life than I would have had, you know, because of the work that we're doing. You know, we're just launching a new campaign now, which, you know, we'll talk about in a minute, hopefully, called Red Rebel Day, and you know, that is the next step. It's a big step.
Can I just say, this is why you're so inspirational to me. You are, and your strength, you're just so giving, so loving, and you get through any challenges for your love to support others. And I have no doubt that Halima is with you and supporting you every step of the way, and giving you that extra, you know, strength to move forward. But I'm really grateful to have met you, and you are so inspirational to me. You really, really are. You are.
Yeah.
So should we talk about your the new campaign, Red Rebel Day? Tell us more about it.
So, you know, during the first lockdown, I really had to, it gave us all a chance to step back, didn't it?
It did.
You know, the first lockdown back in March, I started to really kind of peel the layers off what we were doing and think about, okay, so, you know, there's something bothering me. And it was that, you know, we're giving all these products away to charity, you know, to charity organizations and refugee camps and so on. And yet the problem isn't going away. It's not, we're not getting to the root cause. And we realized that we need to be, I thought we needed to be much more vocal about making and normalizing the conversation around periods.
Yeah.
You know, and we needed to kind of create a campaign where anyone from any walk of life, any age, any gender could get involved, you know.
Yeah.
And start talking about periods. And also, obviously, because of the lockdown, people have lost their jobs. You know, there are thousands more food banks now than there were the year before. And we're inundated with requests from food banks and youth hostels and women's shelters and homeless shelters, and as well as the refugee camps abroad as well. But refugees here in this country, asylum seekers and refugees who live on £5 a day. You know, if a person can't afford to feed their children, then how can they afford menstrual products?
Yeah.
That's the issue. And so me and the team, we decided to launch this event called Red Rebel Day. Me and the trustees of the Period Poverty charity, and we brought on board our friend Neelam Sultan, who is an expert event organizer, coordinator, and a really great friend, and she is coordinating the whole thing. And we've got an amazing team who are young, dynamic people who, you know, are just an inspiration to me, and I'm learning so much from them. So the idea is that it's a series of small fundraising events and people just joining up and giving us their support and sharing the message in the run up to an event which culminates on the 21st and 22nd of March. So that is our Red Rebel Day. It's a 36-hour marathon event, a bit like Children in Need or Comic Relief, that kind of marathon event where we will show different fundraising events that have taken place and how much they've raised, where we show speakers talking about period poverty. On that day, I'm giving a TED talk, a TEDx talk.
Amazing.
About issue and about my story, and that's going to be streamed on the same day as well, so you can watch that as part of the event. And yeah, it's going, where the aim is that we raise £100,000 to supply 12,000 women with 6 months supply of menstrual products.
Wow, that's amazing.
And, you know, women and, you know, anyone who menstruates.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing. Yeah. So how could someone, like, how can we get involved in our own way? What suggestions would you have for all of us, really?
Yeah. So we'll put it in the link as well, won't we, underneath?
Of course, yeah. I'll put a link in my bio to any of the websites you want me to, and I'll also make sure after this video I'm going to tag all your accounts, so if anyone wants to follow you, they can do, and we'll put your website details as well.
Perfect. So basically go to periodpoverty.uk, periodpoverty.uk, click on Join Red Rebel Day. Okay, and fill in your details, just your name, email address, and so on. And then we will be in touch with you a couple of weeks before the actual event, and we'll give you everything that you need to help put the word out. And and if you have any ideas, you know, please come to us with fundraising ideas, or just do it and make the donation on the website. And if you click on fundraise, you can set up your own fundraising page on the website.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the other competitions is called the Big Power Tower competition. So we're encouraging people and children and anyone to build like a totem pole, like a tower made up of recycled things from their home. It could be cereal boxes or whatever, and it should represent something that you care about. So it could be animals, or it could be, you know, your mum, or you know, your family, or your friends at school that you're missing, or, you know, anything that you care about. It could be the NHS, or it could be the environment. And the prizes are really fantastic. We've got Poundland came on board to give us a prize of £200 worth of arts materials.
Oh wow!
Crafts materials, and also we'll be giving £100 voucher for Amazon.
Amazing.
Who and basically, you know, that will be a prize draw from the, you know, depending on, you know, who basically, anyone who donates over £10 for it, or makes £10 from their power tower.
That's fantastic. What a great activity to do during lockdown. You know, we have the time to be creative, and it'll be we'll have time to be creative, and it's gone to an amazing cause.
Yeah,
it is. So it's win-win all round, really.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. And the date was the 21st?
The 21st and 22nd of March, but you need to sign up now to it.
Okay.
And it's you know, you just go to the website periodpoverty.uk and click on Join Red Rebel Day, or fill your details in on the form on the website as well, if you want to, and you know, or just get in touch with us and tell us you want to be involved. You can make a donation on the website. You can set up a fundraising event. Just do something to help these women, because it's the situation is pretty dire. You know, in refugee camps, for example, you know, we've got you know, there are millions of people displaced now, and you know, what are girls and women who menstruate supposed to do in that situation? You know, they're having to tear strips off their clothes to fold up and use as pads. It's just not, in this day and age, that shouldn't be happening, you know.
No, I mean, it's what a difficult, challenging situation they're going through, because no one wants to leave their home, and then the rest of the challenges, and then they've got to tear up what clothes they have.
Exactly.
So I'm super grateful for you stepping in and really being supportive of women in need, throughout the UK and globally. And
I mean, any no matter how small an amount is donated, no matter how small your activity, you might do a run around the park and raise some money or something, you know, but it will, no matter how small, it will make a difference. You know, if it helps one woman in that situation, isn't it worth doing? You know,
of course. So, and you know, we've all, okay, speaking for myself, I've been caught out at times where I probably come on and I didn't have the sanitary towels, and it does feel like a bit of an emergency, like I need to head to the shop. So, and that's just a moment in time for me, you know. So for other people who this is their constant challenge and they have to, like you said, prioritise food over a sanitary towel, sanitary pad, then it's remarkable what you're doing to step in and support. So we have your Gift Wellness Foundation, we have Periods Poverty, and then we have, if people just buy your sanitary pads from Gift Wellness, from, I believe you can buy from your website, can't you?
Absolutely. That's
you
where
have to buy, a pack is donated. And these sanitary towels, these pads, they've got loads of benefits in there as well, haven't they? They're non-toxic.
Yeah, underneath the top layer of the pads, there is a layer that's made of tourmaline, which is a mineral which emits negative ions, and it actually kills bacteria naturally, and helps circulation and helps to regulate your periods, and helps to keep your hormones balanced and things like that. And you know, it was an experiment at the beginning. You know, I'd heard about it from Chinese herbal medicine, and I made some prototypes and tried them, and I was just amazed by the effect that it had. And now, I mean, women with endometriosis or other, you know, issues, menstrual issues, they are the biggest followers of this. But, you know, why shouldn't we think more? You know, if this was a man's problem, I'm sure there would be all kinds of solutions coming out every day to help women to improve our menstrual health. And you know, but you know, we've got to do this, and we have to do it for ourselves. And
you're doing it, yeah, for sure.
And you know, and while we're that's why it's so important to kind of talk more about periods, to normalize this conversation. I'm hoping that this Red Rebel Day will get people talking normally about, well, we're doing it because, you know, women who have periods and or people that have periods, menstruators as we're called now, you know, we need this to become a normal conversation. You know, we're sick of having to hide it. Why should we have to hide it? This is our primary power, you know, that's been given to women, because we you know, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't have a reproductive system, we wouldn't give birth, and there would be no people. There would be
it's so true. As well as you have, you know, the Gift Wellness pack. So if people just buy that, it's going to be good for us, and then it's going to do good for others anyway. And then you have your Red Rebel Day campaign, and so you have your mission, but you're also on a mission to change the perception of periods, aren't you?
You see, I think that this is one of the last, if not the last, big taboo that we really have to deal with in any society. And the problem is that if women ourselves don't admit to it and don't talk about it openly, in work, at home, at school, wherever, then why should men? You know, we're our worst enemies sometimes. I
think it's changing the narrative, isn't it, from like having that thought of, oh, I'm on my period, to, like you said, a celebration, and it's a sign that we can menstruate, we're alive, we can have kids, if, you know, that was an option for us. So I love the fact that you're kind of working on changing the narrative. And do you mind talking about, because it really follows on from this conversation, do you mind talking about this amazing gift wellness box? set that you've put together?
The period gift box.
The period gift box, because that is, like, I think it's just ideal for...
This is another thing that came out of the, it came out of the lockdown. And actually, I can show you some of the products.
Okay.
Hold on. You can look at my picture behind me a second. Actually, I did this. I made this picture, this painting myself. And these circles are actually glass bangles. And
oh, wow!
They were Halima's bangles that she that we got from Pakistan. And I didn't know what to do with them. And I wanted to keep them safe and to enjoy them. And so I made this, which kind of represents her personality. And she was such a fun, diverse, creative, lovely.
That is beautiful.
And that, so you have a quick look at that while I get my box.
Zareen, you're so creative. You really, really are. But I actually thought that was like bought from the shops because it looks perfect. And the fact that it has so much meaning to you just makes it that like even more special. So, but you're back with the gift box. I was loving this.
So this is what you get. It's a big, big box. Right, and it should have your name on the front here, right?
Brilliant.
So,
nice.
And then when you open it, it's got this gorgeous wrapping paper, which I will put a little snippet of it up to the camera. So it's got this gorgeous, which has all kinds of empowering things on it, like girl power, and it says, you know, if you can dream it, you can do it, and all these sorts of things on the wrapping paper. So that's the wrapping paper.
And I love things like that. I love things like, I love positive affirmations. I can see one of my friends online and she can vouch for me. Yeah. I love stuff.
So we've got in here, obviously we've got our sanitary products.
Yeah.
We've got the long pad, the normal pads and the panty liners. Whoops, there you go. So the panty liners, so they're the pads. You then have a gorgeous intimate wash bar, and lovely. This is made with organic apple cider vinegar and Epsom salts and coconut oil.
Wow.
And it's so, I mean, it's not just for intimate areas. It's my sister who suffers from psoriasis. She uses this even as a shampoo, and she said it's helped her enormously, you know, so it's really helped her. And it smells absolutely gorgeous. It smells of like apple blossoms, you know.
Lovely.
Really gorgeous. So then we've got our famous tote bag, which is a black, it's all crinkled up because it was shoved in the corner there, but it says join the re-lovution. So it's about re-loving your old stuff, and you know, so join the revolution, but join the re-lovution. So
and you thought of everything. You are a natural creative, aren't you?
I mean, obviously it's got a welcome letter.
Okay.
Oops, upside down. It's got a welcome letter, and then it's got a gorgeous heat bag, which is this is filled with rice and lavender, and it's organic French lavender, and it's you know, natural sort of material, which were kind of remnants, end of line stuff. I like to just re-love everything I can.
And how would someone use that, Zareen? Sorry.
So, you put it in the microwave and heat it, and and then you use it instead of a hot water bottle, and
lovely.
It's so comforting, and you get the gorgeous aroma of the lavender, and it's warm, and it's just
calming.
And you can like put it on your shoulders, you can put it on around your neck there, and it's just lovely. It's beautiful at the bottom of your back or wherever you need it, you know.
Lovely. I love it.
you just want to smell it. It's just gorgeous.
And it's nice, especially as we're indoors and it's winter time. It's nice to have something quite cozy.
And then we've got these little pouches that are for your pads. So you know, and these are handmade by a cottage industry project that I'm working with in Pakistan, who make these pouches, and it's helping them as well. It's women who are kind of on the streets and stuff. And then we have a little perfume bottle, which is and it's a roll-on, and it's a roll-on with now then clary sage and lavender and coconut oil, and it basically, it's very calming. It helps when you're in pain and you're feeling tension, and you can put it on your pressure points around your ankles and your wrists and here, and it really does make a difference. And it's just nice to take. You can put it in your little pouch and you can take it to school, you know, with your pads, and or to work or wherever.
Lovely.
And then finally, we've got these cards. So basically, I'll just take the string off. We've got one which is, so they're in the shape of like a phone, you know, they're in the form of a phone, and they're basically do's and don'ts. So the girl herself who's receiving it, or whoever's receiving it, will get, you know, gives her the basics about periods. And then there's a card to give to her mum, do's and don'ts, you know, and then a card for her dad, do's and don'ts. For example, Dad, do stock up on sanitary products and make sure you know more or less how to use them, just in case I don't. And have a KPH kit on standby, which is, sorry, CPH kit on standby: chocolate, paracetamol and heat pads or hot water bottle.
And that's all we need.
And the don'ts for the dad is really funny. So don't panic, it's just a period, not a tornado. If I'm not feeling well, just deal with it calmly. And please don't make a scene if I forget to flush if I forget to flush the loo, or leave Sarah the sanitary pad on top of the toilet. Again, it's just a period and not a natural disaster. Okay, Dad? And then there's one called FAM, which is for brothers, sisters, friends, anybody like that. And again, like, for example, you know, one of the do's is, you know, just because boys don't get periods, it's no reason not to be educated on them. Ask mum or Google. So this is going to a brother, for example, you know, ask mum or Google it and upgrade your level of awesomeness. Right?
Yeah.
And a don't would be, you know, don't be weird if I need to purchase some pads when we're out. Remember, nobody stares at you when you're buying toilet paper, do they? And if we all know what that's and we all know what that's used for, don't we? And you know, periods and hormones tend to travel together. So if you're on the receiving end of some serious attitude and sass, don't take it personally, and I'm sorry in advance. So, you know, so it's got some quite in a light, you know, friendly
It's so
way.
cute.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's opening up that conversation instead of it being spoken of.
Yeah.
Between the immediate family, which is lovely. So can I just mention, you know, the little pouch that you have?
There's other stuff as well, by the way. There's like
the door handle
tracker, and there's a door thing which says don't even think about it unless you've got chocolate.
Chocolate house.
Little bits, discount cards.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
You really thought absolutely everything through. You have, and it just very empowering for any lady to receive it, especially if it's their first period and they receive this gift.
Yeah.
They have everything in there. But I just wanted to touch on the pouch, because the pouch that you have in there, I know you mentioned it very briefly, but am I right in thinking that you mentioned the ladies who were homeless, they are given jobs and given us a
So
salary?
these are like, you know, the sorts of women who are on the streets or having to beg maybe, or having to, sell little things on the streets to make meat, or who have been widowed, or for whatever reason they're destitute. And it's a charity in Pakistan called Birds of Paradise, and it's a safe place where they can come and learn to sew, and also it helps them with entrepreneurial skills, so helps them to how to actually sell the things that they make. And at the end of their sort of 6-month course, they're given a sewing machine to take away and actually set up on their own and earn money. So yeah, it's a beautiful project, and I'm looking for other projects like that I can support, that will make our products, and we're helping them. It's a social enterprise, so with every single product there needs to be good coming out of it.
So that's the thing.
And I really believe that when you buy those sorts of products, you feel it benefits you. That product will benefit you more physically as well as mentally, and you'll just feel better. I think more and more, especially women, but everyone really now, especially from this lockdown, when they give their money for something, when you give your pound for something, you want to know, you want more than just the product. You want to know that that it's doing something else, it's making a difference, and it's not destroying the earth, it's not doing bad in the earth. So
100%. I mean, your gift box is literally a gift that keeps on giving, because by buying that, there's packs of pads being donated, there's women who are becoming entrepreneurs and selling whatever they produce. It's beautiful.
The original thinking behind that was when I said I was peeling off those layers, and and I thought, hang on, surely it's that first moment when a girl starts her period has to be the most important moment that will dictate how the rest of her life goes, really. Especially her her youth, and her when she's a teenager and beyond, at work and things like that. If she starts her period badly, and I've heard so many stories of where girls who, when they start their period, it starts really in a traumatic way, like she doesn't know what's happening. My niece told me the other day, she said she thought she was dying. She started bleeding. She was only in primary school, and she actually thought she was dying. And she was 10 or something, and that shouldn't happen. Why does that happen? Why aren't girls properly educated and told to expect it, and told that it's a positive, beautiful thing? This is their power. This is where all of humanity comes from. And in my TEDx talk, which is also aired on the 21st of March and on the same day as Red Rebel Day, one of the things that I'm really going into a little bit is the fact that for me it's a mother-daughter thing. It's like how you pass the baton on to your daughter, and passes it on to her daughters, and it's this never-ending cycle, and it's fueled by your love for your daughter. And it's a special thing. It's not it should be revered, and respect.
Yeah.
And women and menstruators need to be treated with you know, utmost respect when they're on their periods. They shouldn't have to hide it. The number of times when I've been at work and I've had to, I remember in the past, you know, actually lie to my boss or whatever, you know, that I can't do this presentation or whatever because of something else, and made an excuse, when really it's because I was cramping, I was bleeding, I might leak, or, you know, and I had to go and sort myself out and take some paracetamol and get a hot water bottle on me, you know. And you know, and then walking away thinking, well, why did I just have to tell that lie? I wasn't doing anything wrong, you know. Why should I have to lie about that? That's what it comes down to. And I think something needs to be kind of injected into the bloodstream of every organization, and every home, that we need a different vaccine, you see.
Just normalizing the whole conversation, and maybe it starts with understanding, and that's what you're doing through your communication, or the gift wellness box, you know, just having little cards to hand to your brother and to your dad. It's it can share that little bit of knowledge with others. And as you're talking, I'm thinking back of when I was young and I had my first periods, and as you know, I think I've mentioned it to you before, my mum passed away when I was 12. So when I had my first period, I didn't have a mum to tell me everything that, you know, mums can tell. But I was thinking, if I received your box, obviously it can't replace one, but there's so much love and comfort and explanation in there. As I can't remember how old I was, 12, 13, I can't remember how old I was when I first had my period, but that I could visualize myself as you were talking it through, being in my room, opening it up, and just having so much comfort, so much understanding. And honestly, this is the importance of what you do, all the things that you do.
Yeah, it just starts your period off in a positive way, and then you'll continue and you'll feel more confident. I mean, what, you know, every parent needs to, if it's not ours, then put it together yourself and gift it to your daughter. You know, it's absolutely essential that you do that, that you have it ready for when she starts her periods, and you give it to her, you know.
Definitely. What you do, Zareen, is amazing. So there's a lot happening. So just to kind of recap on everything, so I want to share it. So then whoever wants to get involved in various different ways, they know how to. So we have and I'm going to link everything, like I said earlier, in the bio and in the caption, and I will keep on resharing this video. Okay, so we have the gift wellness packs that people can buy, which is good for themselves, and every pack they buy, a pack will be donated to a woman who needs sanitary towels. And like you said earlier, you've donated over 6 million pads, which is phenomenal. And then there's the gift wellness box that people can buy. They can buy from your website, is that right?
Yeah, giftwellness.co.uk.
Brilliant. And then
the shampoo bars and things, the intimate wash, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
Intimate wash, shampoo bars, conditioner bars, all in one bar that does everything. So it's the only thing you need, really. That's what I'm using. And
that is amazing.
You know, it works amazing.
And the fact it's natural as well, I love that. And then we have your Gift Wellness Foundation and Period Poverty UK, where people can donate. And then you have your Rebel Day coming up, where people can do fundraising or donate or get involved in somehow. They just need to go to your website and sign up. So so there's various ways for people to really support it, and they can do it in a essential way, as in we need a sanitary pad, so we might as well buy yours, or gift someone with the box, or do something fun and creative like the tower you said, do a run. I don't know. I'm sure there's loads of people out there that's super creative with how they can raise money, or just simply donate, and that's going to support others.
Yeah.
in
I think
need.
at this stage, all we're asking is that you join the movement by just signing up to the, join Red Rebel Days, just to say, count me in. And then a couple of weeks before the actual event, at the beginning of March, like on around International Women's Day, we'll be doing a live webinar, and we will give you everything that you need. And you'll have your own page, your own link that you can just send to your friends and family, and just, no matter how small their donation is, or if they just share the word with their friends,
Amazing.
It'll have a snowball effect. And
of course,
we need to raise this 100,000 so we can give 12,000 women, it's over 600,000 pads, to 12,000 women, to supply them with 6 months worth of pads. These,
wow, that is amazing. So I'll definitely be resharing everything to the and I'm going to get involved. I need to think through, so I might need to get some creative ideas from you. But
you're on my list.
I'll definitely get involved. I'd love to. Is there anything else that we haven't covered that you'd like to share with everyone?
No, I think that's the main thing. Do follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and just support us, tell people, talk about periods, and support Red Rebel Day. Please join our tribe and be a Red Rebel.
Be a Red Rebel. Yeah, I love that. I'll definitely.
The thing is that for everyone who joins up, we're going to be sending them a little gift.
Oh.
Yeah, that symbolises Red Rebel Day. That they can.
That's so thoughtful.
Yeah.
you really do think things through to the detail, and everything you do is out of love and supporting others. And this is why, honestly, I know I've said it a billion times to you before, this is why you're so inspirational to me. You're just such a beautiful person.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too. I really, really do. And I really want to start sharing more about what you do. And now, whatever way, moving forward, I can support you, I will. Thank you so much, Zareen, for joining me on this live. It's been wonderful to speak to you, listen to you, and hear everything that you're up to. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone that's joined in this live as well. I'm going to save the IGTV so everyone can watch this whole video. And Zareen, I'll edit some so we can share them on our Instagram, so we can continuously put out the reminder for Red Rebel Day. Right. That will be launched on 21st of March. Thank you so much, Zareen. Have a lovely day. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.